Talk 1330 WLBB, Carrollton.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the WLBB Community Voice Program. We're going to take two for those of you watching us at home on Facebook Live. Seconds. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the WLBB Community Voice Program. Our show brought to you by Tanner Health System, Oak Mountain Academy, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3. Also, this morning we're streaming live on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page, so appreciate you guys checking us out and joining us this morning. Any questions or comments during the program, you can always post those on the Facebook page, and we'll check them out during the break. Now, our guest this morning shares a name with a local library, but I'm pretty confident that she's not associated with that. 99.9% sure that she not associated with that library. She is the executive director for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Atlanta and primarily working with Carroll County. That's what we care about this morning, the fact that she is working with Carroll County. Her name is Ruth Holder, and I appreciate her joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you again. Case in Hightower was kind enough to set us up to get you on this program.
Yes.
And I was actually lucky enough to meet you last weekend or the weekend before last at a big event at the AMP. So, and you still decided to come even after meeting me. So.
Yeah, so it was a pleasure meeting you.
Ruth Holder, again, our guest this morning. Very impressive resume. Let's talk about that before we talk about your job as the executive director, and an interesting story about how something that seems like you spent a lot of time studying, you just kind of blown that off now.
Yeah, so I actually went to college to study forensic science. Science has always been my passion. Throughout high school and even younger ages, my family have a background in science in the medical field. And I went to college, studied forensics, did my master's, and decided, it's just not what I want to do. While studying forensics, I started teaching in Texas, and I taught 7th through 12th grade science and fell in love with the kids. And then it was just, from there for me, it was important to just serve, and it just became my passion and my life mission to make sure that kids have someone to look up to, and I wanted to be that person. So I've never used my degree in science, forensic science, practicing, of course, but I did use it, giving kids the tools that they needed to learn science and to be versed in the world of STEM.
How did you get to Atlanta and get the opportunity to? I'm guessing you've met Missy Dugan at least once or twice.
Yes, Missy's our president and CEO. She's been a phenomenal leader in our organization. And for me, my husband and I relocated here to Atlanta. He's currently working with military, and we were stationed here, placed here. So we are here permanently. We've purchased our home and just loving Georgia. And actually, my family were here before me, so it's just like, okay, I'm really at home now.
Well, I hope he's watching you this morning on the News Talk 1330 Facebook page, and he can feel free to comment. And again, anybody else has a question or comment this morning, post it up there, and we'll take a peek at it during the break. The Carroll County Boys and Girls Club, is there a central focus? Is there a central message? Is our club different than the rest of the clubs in any kind of way?
I do believe that. For our club, we've seen really great scores in our NYOI where kids are really reporting that they are truly enjoying the club experience. And for my team and I, because I can't do it without my team, I do have a phenomenal staff, mainly University of West Georgia students. And they're just phenomenal. They love the kids. They implement programs. We have a robust programmatic schedule where we really focus on STEM programming. We deliver our program on a 3-pillar scale. So it's healthy lifestyles, character and leadership, and academic success. And under those, we have many programs that the kids are able to choose what their interests are, and then they're facilitated on a high yield level. So.
I see there's a lot of programs. I was checking out the website that talks about the Carroll County one in particular. And there's plenty of programs here. Let me go back and talk about STEM a little bit. That is an initiative that we've seen here locally, and I'm assuming statewide. It's going on statewide as well. Do you guys work with the schools to find out how you can supplement that education? Are they supplementing you guys? How does that?
So we'll love to really develop a stronger partnership with the schools to supplement that. We have had some community involvement with them. On our level, we do have a programmatic team within Metro Atlanta, and we also have a national curriculum that we do follow, DIY STEM. Having my background in STEM for me is important to deliver that, to the kids. So I've also had a curriculum that I've created, and that's what our kids pretty much use. And it was something that I used when I was in the classroom. And I always try to model it or mirror it to the state standards of what the kids are going to be tested on in schools. So we're just that support system attached to the schools so that they can get the good grades that they need and be at state be at that state comparable level of being able to understand the concepts of science.
Ruth Holder, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program, representing the Carroll County Boys and Girls Club. How many, annually, how many students, how many kids participate in the local group?
So our goal is to reach at 250, and that's throughout the school year and summer programming. We see our larger numbers in the summertime versus in the after-school programming. And the reason for that, we do have some challenges, and our challenges are transportation. And I've been very candid about it over the last few months, meaning that we only have one bus at our location, and we pick up from several schools. So we're busing kids pretty much a quite long journey to get them there. But we've made the trek, and we've been successful at doing it, but we'd love to serve more kids.
If you had the extra transportation, and I guess how do you solve that? How do you fix that problem? But if you were able to fix it, do you see more kids being able to participate?
Most definitely. So we're one of the few clubs in the organization that weren't able to really bridge that partnership with the schools to have the schools drop off to our location. And that's something that we're really, really looking forward to working on. And hopefully when we do find our forever home, maybe a little closer into the city limits, that's something that we can really partner on so that we can serve more kids and just be that supplement and that aid to the youth of this community.
Well, why are you hearing that the schools can't participate with the school? And of course, it's kind of hard because they're not here. But I guess what's your understanding as far as the schools not being able to help out with the transportation?
So my understanding was just the distance. Our current location is on 113, and it's kind of out of their drop-off range.
And you mentioned the location on 113. It wasn't always there. I'm guessing 2 years ago, and that's the building I remember. I still look when I drive past it. I still think Boys and Girls Club.
Yes. So Maple Street, we did have the city schools did drop off to us at the Maple Street location, and that was great help. After we vacated that location, then we had to we went to the 113 location, but it was again outside of our city limits. So
with that 113 location, are you seeing more kids that I think in Carrollton I could see it targeting more students from Carrollton to participate, but as you guys have gone up closer to Temple and maybe closer to Villa Rica on 113 there, are you seeing more kids from the North County?
So during summer program, yes. During after school, no. Again, the bunch of our kids, the vast population of our kids do come from Carrollton City schools and Central schools.
Mm-hmm. Is that, I guess, getting the word out to those schools? Is that part of it? Is there a way that you guys are communicating? And
most definitely. So most schools do have open house, which we've been very blessed to be invited to, and we do go and we try to be at every community event. And then I've even took our bus to communities, knocked on doors, and just sharing the word about our program because it's a really, really good program. We do truly believe that we are youth developers and we need more youth developers in the community. And in that, just getting the word out.
It is 20 minutes before 9 o'clock right now. Our guest is Ruth Holder with the Boys and Girls Club of Carroll County. We'll take our break right here. Maybe when we come back, we can talk about how the I guess Boys and Girls Club has changed over the years. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, and I do remember the PSAs and the commercials, and it was always kids playing basketball.
Right.
That was the promotion for everything, but it's much more than that now, I think.
It is.
20 minutes before 9 o'clock, Community Voice, brought to you by Tanner Health System, Oak Mountain Academy, here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. And this morning, you can check us out on News Talk 1330 Facebook Live page. More after this.
A well-rounded education includes much more than just academics. At Oak Mountain Academy, we encourage our students to find their niche in any of our 42 co-curricular opportunities. Over the past 5 years, we have brought home 5 state and 20 regional athletic titles. Our one-act play and literary teams continuously compete at the region and state level, and our academic teams bring home first place more than not. We are warriors creating legacies. To learn more, visit oakmountain.us.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org. or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
And welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice Program on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. The show brought to you by Oak Mountain Academy and Tanner Health System. Also this morning, we are streaming live on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. I saw it move right there, and I said, well, it's on you. So. But yeah, if you have questions or comments this morning, you can post it up on our page. Already have a comment from Troy and Christy Bogus. And Troy says, actually Christy says, I love Mrs. Holder. So I'm guessing you know her, right?
I do. That's Jordan and Destiny's mom. She's one of our very, very supportive parents. And I mean, I just love all the kids and their parents.
And you did tell me during the break that you think you remember every single kid's name from Carroll County.
They'll tell you, I know every child's name. Even when I see them, if I go to the Ingalls, if I go to Walmart, I know every child's name.
Ruth Holder, our guest on this morning's Community Voice Program, Boys and Girls Club of Carroll County. I did before the break kind of tease about my image. And really, honestly, other than news stories, I haven't had to give Boys and Girls Club that much thought since the 80s.
All right.
And I do remember seeing it, the commercials where it was always kids playing basketball. They were always in the gymnasium. That was the focus, and that's what stuck with me through the 80s and the 90s. Has it changed at all?
It has changed. We've actually gone into the more progressive state of, again, we focus on 3 pillars: academic success, character, leadership, and healthy lifestyles. And in that, it's just giving kids the opportunity to see what their interests are. In the past, Boys and Girls Club was known to be more recreational. And this was years ago, like you said, back in the 80s where,
was it that long
ago? It was more of just basketball and just, a place to be where you can have your friends and be in your social space. And we still create that space, but allowing them to venture into, what their future will look like, setting them up for workforce development and career bound and college bound. So that's something that we really, really pride ourselves in within Metro Atlanta specifically. We're really pushing that workforce development piece of providing opportunities for kids to see what their future would look like.
To do things like that, I imagine you're going to have some community partners.
Yes, and we're always willing and wanting. So we serve teens. We serve ages 6 through 18, and legal age to work, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, is 14 with a work permit.
Is it? Wow.
So in that case, we are really setting our kids up to have those opportunities, have jobs as teenagers, give them the skill set that they need, help them develop those skill sets to transition into a professional setting, a college setting, maybe the military, and just letting them find that track of where they really want to be in life.
Is there space for additional partners to pop
Yes,
in and help you guys
there's
out?
always space for
Nonprofit
partners.
groups. You may want to
Nonprofit
assist.
groups, yes. Obviously, we're about protecting the kids and kids' safety and kids first. So in that, we will do a background check. Required by the state of Georgia, you will have to do the mandated reporter and then receive a certificate for that. And once that's done and you're clean, then you're good to go to be in our program.
Equal amount of boys and girls participate?
Yes, we actually have. It's pretty balanced. I would say we are currently at Carroll County serving more boys right now than girls. So we'll like to balance that out. In the past, it was pretty balanced. Like last school year, it was about a 50-50.
You talk about 18 years old. Are there any, young adults that are participating in that who are not going to school? Because, I think about right now, you're probably focusing on after school, but
Right.
18 years old, you could have graduated. Is there anybody who's...
So the requirement is it's up to graduating senior
Exactly, okay.
of high school. We do have Stephanie Cleveland. She was our Youth of the Year last year. We have Jacob Nelson and Anna Nelson. So Jacob is currently our Youth of the Year for this upcoming school year, and he'll be competing starting next Thursday, and just prepping for that. And our gala is in November. And just community support, we would really love the community support just to back Jacob. So Jacob is autistic, and he's really challenging the waves of how we select Youth of the Year. Jacob's been in the club for a very long time, and just hearing his story, this summer I was able to provide him with a job. It was his first job, and he worked at the club, and he just did it with such pride and stride, and just welcoming and greeting everyone in the club. So it was truly an honor just to provide that opportunity for Jacob. So he will be our Youth of the Year.
You mentioned Jake is autistic.
Yes.
I imagine there's different personalities and different issues that you guys may have to deal with that. And are you equipped here locally to do that?
Very true. So we send our staff off to training. We always have org-wide trainings where we want to give them the tools that they need to succeed in serving all kids. So we do not discriminate. We just make sure that we find the best situation or the best fit for kids to be in our program. And then if it doesn't work out, then we do provide those services that can help and equip that child for whatever, need they may have.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing you open your doors at 3:00 every day now.
So 2:30. Yep.
2:30.
Sorry. After school program is 2:30 to 7 p.m. And then when school, we like to say when school's out, we're in. So we're actually open longer than most schools. And so fall break, winter break, Thanksgiving break, spring break, we're open, and then our hours are 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. So we'll have them all day. And summer hours as well are 7:30 until 6.
What's the structure look like as far as, and maybe we'll talk about the specific programs that are available, but if I'm setting up a schedule, like I'm looking at my school schedule, high school schedule, what's the structure for that 2:30 to 7:30?
It's funny that you asked that, because in the organization, I'm pretty much teased about how structured I am, and I believe that kids love structure, and they can tell when things aren't structured, and that's when they go haywire. So for me, I run a tight ship. And in that, programmatically, when they come in at 2:30, we're in what we call power hour. So that's our homework tutorial time, where it's mandatory for the kids to participate and get their homework done. If they need help with anything, they ask the staff that's there to get that assistance. After that, then we go into our first programmatic block, and in that is our youth choice block. So they get to choose. I know they've been in school all day, and it's like, I just want to have fun. So they get to choose what space they want to go to. And it could be from STEM, it could be from any gym activity, it could be from soccer, flag football, arts and crafts, or the games room. And then after that, we go into our required programs. And our required programs, typically some of them are aligned to grants that we may receive for implementation. And again, it's just focusing on those core programs under our academic success, character and leadership, and healthy lifestyles.
And the newer location, you've been there for 2 years. You're talking about the spaces in there. I was picturing the building again, but it's 1103 North Highway 113, former
Southern Hills.
Southern Hills.
Yes.
How long were you guys able to stay there? I'm assuming you're renting that. Is that?
So we are renting that facility at this time, and it's in transparency, we're a nonprofit, and realistically, we would like to have our forever home. In this community, I think is a great need. We've seen seen the need and we would like to continue to serve the kids of this community, but just really finding our forever home. And operational costs, being a nonprofit, so our members pay anywhere between $60 and $135, depending on parental or household income, for the entire year.
Wow, I was thinking month, but wow.
No, for the entire year. So we're probably one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, youth development after school and summer programs in the state. So it's not a weekly cost that they pay. It's not a monthly cost. And in that, obviously, we have operational costs. So we still have rent that we have to pay, the lights, the program supplies and so forth. So we really focus on our cost to serve, and we thrive off of donors. We really do.
And not to mess up any potential negotiations, but I mean, is there a building that you have your eyes set on that maybe that you hope would become available?
Yes, we're really hoping to go back to the Maple Street location. I just think that it's in the center of the city. It's accessible to all schools and everyone in the community, and that's our dream location, to return to that location and really own that location, and to truly become the home of Carroll County Boys and Girls Club.
It is accessible, and plus, I mean, it's a poster, it's a billboard. Because,
yes.
You see that building, a lot of traffic, so it'd be good
Yes.
advertising. Ruth Holder, our guest this morning. She's the executive director with the Carroll County Boys and Girls Club. And she's our guest this morning on the Community Voice, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3. And this morning we are streaming live on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. I think Steve Graddick wants you to call us if you're listening, because he wants to test out his skills and pressing the buttons in there. And you may have noticed his skills were not very good as we started the program this morning. So I think he wants to atone for that. True story, right? 851, you want to call us, 678-601-8255, 678-601-TALK. We will be back with more Community Voice after this.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org. or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
At Oak Mountain Academy, our daily schedule includes convocation, prayer, and the Pledge of Allegiance. By doing so, we build a family-like community where all students grow and flourish and personal faith is encouraged. Through community service and a historical approach to biblical study, our students are taught the value of the warrior way, honesty, respect, and responsibility. Oak Mountain Academy. We are a family creating legacies. To learn more, visit oakmountain.us.
$8:53. Welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice Program, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3. And this morning, you can catch us on the News Talk 1330 Facebook Live page. I'm Colin Worthington. My guest is Ruth Holder, and she is the executive director for the Carroll County Boys and Girls Club. Got a couple of you checking in on the Facebook page this morning. Jeannie Legal Dollar says, excellent news.
Thank you.
Leslie McPherson is watching, as she always does. Leslie's always checking in on our program. Gina Mae Wells, both familiar with her. She says, hi, Colin and Ruth. She's so impressed with Ms. Holder at the summit. And thanking me for being the MC at that event, which I really did enjoy. Jeannie did post another comment. Please provide information for helpers in the community, and she does have referrals.
Oh, awesome. So you can go to bgcma.org, and there's a drop-down tag that says volunteer. So you click on that. Make sure you select Carroll County Boys and Girls Club.
You're going to send it to Atlanta.
And then you can, we do have a list of opportunities on there, so you can select which one you're interested in. Again, you will have to go through our background check and our clearance. And once that's completed, then you're welcome to come in. We are always looking for helping hands.
Very nice of you to offer there. You beat me to ask her. But as far as participating, as far as the kids and their parents taking advantage of this, how do they sign up?
So if you want to sign up, you can actually drive to the club. We always have printed applications, or you can go online and print the application off. Again, that's bgcma.org, and you will select clubs, and then you'll find Carroll County, and then you'll find the online application that you can print and fill out.
And we'll have 5 minutes to kind of go over all the programs on there, so good luck with that, getting that in 5 minutes. But again, to remind parents of the schools that you guys actually can pick up.
Right, so the schools that we do pick up are all of the city schools, so that's elementary, middle, and high school. And then we do central schools, and thankfully Sharp Creek does drop off to us. So shout out to Sharp Creek. They're less than a mile from our location, so if your child or children attend Sharp Creek, then please sign up for the after-school program.
Before we do talk about the programs, I did want to mention this. I like salsa. Apparently some of your kids can cook a decent batch of salsa.
Yes. So we actually came second out of the entire organization. I really thought we should have came first, my bias. But we came second, and our kids actually grew their ingredients in the garden. So we do have a garden at the club, and that falls under a healthy lifestyles component, our pillar.
It's so cool that we've seen a lot of people here locally taking advantage of that.
Yes.
The lifestyle components.
Yes. So they came second, and we're still waiting on the People's Choice Award announcement. So once that comes through, if we win, you will know.
We will look for it. We'll make sure we at least put it on our Facebook page. 4 minutes, actually. What are some of the most exciting programs that you want to leave us with this morning?
So most excited programs, again, our Power Hour. Our kids, at first, they didn't like it, but now they absolutely love it because they know it's helping them improve their grades in school. We have Fine Arts, and that falls under our art component. We have Miss Emily Warren, who is our art instructor, and she's a student at University of West Georgia studying art. So that's really good. In digital art, she takes that component as well at program. We do have Nutrition and Culinary Arts, which is sponsored and ran by Health Empowers, which is a partnership that we do have. We have Gardening Club, we have STEM, Music Enrichment, ICANN, Torch Club, and Keystone are our leadership programs. So that falls under our character and leadership pillars. And then we do community outreach. And under our community outreach clubs, it's our RAC Club, which is Random Acts of Kindness. Soul Club, serving others under leadership. Hero Club, helping everyone respect others. And those are our 3 clubs that are unique to only Carroll County. So no other clubs. Our kids came up with it, and they're really running it and enjoying it. We actually leave Love Rocks on the Greenbelt. We do the Greenbelt cleanup as well. And this summer we sent 4 teens to Florida for our National Keystone Conference, and it was the first time we've sent so many kids, and they truly enjoyed it.
Nonprofit organization, you're going to have some fundraisers. I think you have one coming up pretty soon.
Yes, we have Blue Jeans for Blue Doors coming up on September 8th, and you can go on bgcma.org. Again, make sure that you purchase a ticket, come out, support. We're also looking for sponsorship. There are sponsorship levels, so you can definitely find more information about that on our website.
Boys and Girls Club, more than just basketball. That's what I've learned, if nothing else,
yes,
this morning. Ruth Holder, our guest, Executive Director with the Carroll County Boys and Girls Club, and it was great to see you again, and appreciate you talking about it. You obviously care about it, and
I do.
That is great to see. One more time, the website, people who want to participate, whether through volunteering or maybe get their kids involved.
Yes, www.bgcma.org, and then you'll just look for Carroll County Club. We also have a Facebook page, which is Carroll County Boys and Girls Club.
Now, when this program is finished, this will be on our News Talk 1330 Facebook page, so you can share this on the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
So anybody you want to give a shout out to this morning before we head off?
Yes, my team. Anthony Smith, who's my program director, Shamarika Neal, Alexandrina Whiteside, Tamir Bryan, Emily Warren. The list just go on. Cheyenne Harper. They're just all phenomenal. And all the youth members and parents. We have a great group of parents at our location. So thank you for all of your support, and we're looking forward to school year 2019-2020.
Ruth Holder, once again, thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
out. And thank you for listening to this morning's Community Voice program. Our show is always brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy. News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. Stay tuned now for national headlines, followed by local news. And then Glenn Beck is on the airwaves from 9 o'clock until noon. Have a great Thursday. Back with Kim Jones on the Community Voice program this morning. Power of the Purse, nonprofit. They're hosting an event, a comedian coming into town. And we'll tell you all about that program this tomorrow morning at 8:30. We'll catch you then.